Hey guys, Alex975 here today, and in today's video, as you can see in the title, I wanted to make a video about what happened to Among Us and basically what led to its downfall, and is it still popular, because I've seen a few videos being made about Among Us and it's having a slight bit of a resurgence, but obviously nowhere compared to what it was like back in the quarantine era, basically 2020 to 2021, and that's obviously the biggest reason. The reason it died down was because quarantine kind of brought everyone together, and that's Among Us was really the game that everyone used during quarantine, and that was obviously the main factor as to why it died down, because when everyone went back to school and when everyone went back to work and basically weren't all stuck in their houses all the time, Among Us just kind of died off. But I think the more obvious reason, and the more big reason in my opinion, is because Among Us is unfortunately a boring game, and because the game has kind of one niche about it in the fact that there's the imposter and the crewmate. There was 3 maps, I think, but I think you had to pay for the other 2 because everyone only ever used the hangover. I think that's what it's called, the hangar or whatever it is, the main map basically. And there was like just the imposter and the crewmate. Now, to be fair to Among Us, now they have fixed that and they've made the engineers the shapeshifter, and they haven't made it that you have to use. You can just put that in if you want to, but that makes it brilliant and interesting. But they should have done that a bit earlier in my opinion, but it was the right move to do that, and I do think that that was a completely good decision. Even though I've found it hard to get used to that, I do feel like that makes the game 10 times better, so that it doesn't become boring so easily. Because even during quarantine, when I was playing Among Us, I'd play it for around an hour to 2 hours, and then I'd get bored of it and have to stop playing because there's just not enough to do in Among Us. But it was a great game. I think the biggest attributes of Among Us that led to its success were its really easy accessibility for multiplayer. It was literally just type in a code and you're in with your friends. There was also the fact that it's free. That was probably a main factor, and then the other big factor is that it was on all consoles, phones and laptops. Now I know it wasn't on Xbox and all originally, but it came pretty soon after. But even phones, everyone has either a phone or a laptop, so everyone could play it. Like Xbox and PS4, like the next step, they made all the right decisions. Also, they made Among Us VR, which I've never played, but it looks really fun, and it's obviously what I'm using for the video today. And I do think Among Us VR was another great decision, because I think when I was playing Among Us, I was like, this would be cool to play in VR and all. They made all the right moves with the tools they had, basically with the main layout that the creators of Among Us had, Innerslaw. I think they made all the best decisions they possibly could have made. They made the game when it was a success. They made all the updates that I would have done myself, but I do believe that was just an unavoidable loop that it could never stay popular, because it was more of a trend game rather than a consistent game. And some consistent games are obviously like FIFA, Fortnite and Minecraft, and Fortnite probably is the most unstable of them, because Fortnite always has to innovate, and sometimes, like right now, their innovations are going wrong. But with Minecraft and Fortnite and FIFA, they always have a consistent audience, whereas Among Us was really just a trend, and now I know basically no one who plays Among Us. But to be fair to Among Us, it never left a bad taste in anyone's mouth, because loads of the time I go, oh, do you want to play Among Us? And we all just download it and we play it. Among Us is still a great game, and they made all the right decisions. I don't think there was anything that they did wrong. I just feel like, unfortunately, the base ideal of the game just was unavoidable. That was just going to be too boring and it was going to go downhill. But I do have to say it's a really fun game, and obviously I think they made the right decisions, and I will play it again, definitely, because all the new updates, I do want to try them. But I do have to say, the reason that Among Us went to its downfall is obviously because the only reason it rose so big was because of quarantine, but it went downhill because it couldn't keep that trajectory, because it just wasn't good enough of a game. That's basically my opinion. So yeah, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded on this channel, and that's because I've been really busy, and I'm still really busy, but I will be making weekly uploads. Sometimes I might throw in an extra video, but I will confirm that I'll be uploading once a week, and that's all I can confirm. Unfortunately, once the summer hits, I'm hopefully going to be uploading daily content, but I don't know right now. I have to figure out with the channel. I'm also trying to sort out the other 2 channels, which makes it a lot harder to upload, because I want to upload on all 3 channels. But yeah, that's all for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.